Hey there. Internet friends, ever get the feeling the world's gone a little bonkers? Like some wacky writer's room is scripting this reality show we call life? Well, pull up a donut and get ready to have your mind blown. Today we're diving into the Simpsons and their bizarre ability to predict the future, from political scandals to global pandemics and even technological advancements. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew. Remember back in 1995 when the future seemed so far away? Flying cars, robot butlers, the works. Well, the Simpsons were already way ahead of the game. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, set in the distant year 2010, we see Lisa's fiancé using a watch to, get this, have a conversation. Sound familiar? Smartwatches are everywhere these days. But back then, pure science fiction. Leave it to the Simpsons to predict our tech-obsessed future. Okay, buckle up for this one. The year was 2000 and The Simpsons dropped a bombshell in the episode Bart to the Future. In it, Lisa becomes President of the United States, inheriting a rather large budget deficit from, you guessed it, Donald Trump. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that's just crazy talk, but fast forward to 2016, and well, let's just say the writers of The Simpsons must have a direct line to somewhere interesting. Remember those clunky old video phones from sci-fi movies? The ones that never seemed to work quite right? Well, The Simpsons nailed it again with their prediction of seamless video calling. Yep, back in Lisa's Wedding, we see people using devices that look a whole lot like our modern-day smartphones to chat face-to-face. It's amazing how they managed to capture the essence of our video chatting culture way back in the 90s. Chapter 4. Ebola, more like They Told You So. This one's a bit eerie, but in the 1997 episode Lisa's Sacks, Marge encourages a young Bart to pick up a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. Now, Ebola was a relatively unknown disease at the time, but fast forward a couple of decades and it became a major health concern. Coincidence maybe, or maybe the Simpsons are just really good at this whole predicting the future thing. Chapter 5. The Mouse That Ate Hollywood. In the 1998 episode When You Dish Upon a Star, a sign outside the 20th Century Fox studio lot proudly proclaims it as a division of Walt Disney Company. Back then, it was just a throwaway gag. But then, in 2019, Disney actually did acquire 20th Century Fox in a massive media merger. The Simpsons writers must have a crystal ball hidden away somewhere in Springfield. Chapter 6. Gaga Oh Gaga. Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show in 2017 was a spectacle for the ages. But did you know The Simpsons actually predicted her performance years earlier? In the 2012 episode Lisa Goes Gaga, Lady Gaga makes a stop in Springfield and performs a concert that's strikingly similar to her Super Bowl show. The costumes, the theatrics, even the flying entrance, it's all there. Gaga herself has said she was a huge fan of the show, so maybe she took some inspiration from her animated counterpart. Chapter 7. London's Calling and The Simpsons Answer. Remember that futuristic cityscape from Lisa's Wedding? The one with the towering skyscraper that looks suspiciously like the Shard, London's iconic glassy pyramid? Well, the Shard wasn't even a twinkle in an architect's eye when that episode aired. It wasn't until 2000 that construction even began on the real thing. The Simpsons predicting architectural marvels since 1995. Chapter 8. Autocorrect. The bane of our existence. We've all been there. Typing out a heartfelt message only to have autocorrect twist our words into something hilarious, embarrassing, or just plain weird. But believe it or not, The Simpsons were already making fun of autocorrect way back in 1994. In the episode Lisa on Ice, we see a message being typed on a Newton, an early PDA, and let's just say the autocorrect leaves a lot to be desired. Chapter 9. Nobel Prize? No problem. In a blink and you'll miss it moment from a 2010 episode, Milhouse predicts that Bengt R. Holmström will win the Nobel Prize in Economics. Fast forward 6 years, and guess what? Holmström wins the prestigious award. It's a testament to the show's incredible attention to detail and their knack for sneaking in these little Easter eggs that sometimes turn out to be eerily accurate. Chapter 10, a FIFA scandal they knew. The 2015 FIFA corruption scandal rocked the world of soccer, but the Simpsons were already onto them. In the 2014 episode, You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee, Homer is recruited to be a World Cup referee, and let's just say the episode doesn't shy away from depicting the rampant corruption within the organization. Chapter 11. Greece is the word, and the Simpsons said it first. Remember Greece's economic crisis in 2010? The Simpsons talked about it in 2012. In Politically Inept with Homer Simpson, a headline reads, "Europe puts Greece on eBay." The joke highlighted Greece's dire situation. Siegfried and Roy, a prediction gone wrong. In the 1993 episode, magicians Siegfried and Roy are attacked by their tiger. Tragically, in 2003, Roy Horn was actually attacked by a tiger during a live show. It's a chilling coincidence that The Simpsons depicted a similar event years earlier. Chapter 13. The NSA is watching, or are they? The 2013 NSA spying scandal sent shockwaves across the globe as it was revealed that the government was collecting vast amounts of data on its own citizens. But The Simpsons were already onto this back in 2007 in The Simpsons movie. In one scene, we see the NSA listening in on phone conversations, proving that even animated families aren't safe from government surveillance. Chapter 14. Voting machines, more trouble than they're worth. The 2000 US presidential election was mired in controversy, with allegations of voter fraud and faulty voting machines. The Simpsons, ever the social commentators, tackled this issue head-on in the 2008 episode Treehouse of Horror Na Tang. In one segment, Homer goes to vote, but the voting machine keeps changing his vote for Barack Obama to a vote for John McCain. It's a humorous take on a very real issue that continues to plague elections today. Chapter 15, covering up the classics. Censorship is a hot-button issue, and The Simpsons have never been afraid to tackle controversial topics. In the 1990 episode, Itchy and Scratchy and Marge, Marge leads a campaign to censor the ultra-violent cartoon The Itchy and Scratchy Show. Her crusade against cartoon violence spills over into the real world, and soon Michelangelo's David is deemed too racy for public consumption. While it's a satirical take on censorship, the episode highlights the ongoing debate about what is considered appropriate for public display. Outro. So, are The Simpsons time travelers? From smartwatches to presidential elections, The Simpsons have predicted many real-world events. Is it just a series of uncanny coincidences? Or do the writers have access to some kind of time-traveling device? One thing's for sure, The Simpsons hold a mirror up to society and make us laugh. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through The Simpsons world. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, keep it real, Springfield style.